Please, drink. This nook grass tea will keep you warm even in the bitter cold of this snowy land.
How terribly kind of you. First you save us from the avalanche, then you put us up for the night, and now you warm our innards. Now that's what I call hospitality.
And what's really amazing is that you helped a weird old monster like him in the first place.
You loathsome lowlife! You, of all people, have no right to call me weird.
He's not wrong.
It is true that his appearance is a little unusual. But when you get to my age, you learn not to judge a horse by its harness. And of course, I would help anyone who was in trouble so far from civilization.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but why do you live all the way out here on your own?
Of course, I do not mind.
King Trode, you can sit
dear.
down, please.
There is an old ruin behind my house. My ancestors have looked after it generation after generation. It is a family duty.
I bet the records of the battle are down there, because that would be an awfully convenient place to put it.
But that will all end with me. I have no one to follow in my footsteps when my life is finished.
Really? It must be pretty tough living on your own like this. Duty or no duty.
It is comfortable enough. I have lived here since I was a child, so it is not a hardship. Besides, to live life is not to walk through a meadow. And from time to time, people get lost here in the mountains like you, so I am not lonely. And I always have Boris to keep me company.
Ah, on the subject of dogs, we had something to ask you, Marta. This will sound a bit strange, but we're pursuing a big black dog, and we heard that he might have been headed in this direction. There's a good chance he may have come this way. Have you seen anything?
No, I am sorry. The only dog I know about is big old Boris over there. Sorry, I cannot be of more help. You should ask where there is a lot of people. If you go down the mountain and go to the north, you will come to a town called Orkutsk. Maybe someone will know something there.
Orkutsk. Orkutsk. We'll roll that.
Ah, that sounds like an excellent idea. Right then, chaps, there's no time to lose.
Oh, yo. If you are hasty, others will only be amused. That is an old saying here. One should not be so eager to go back out into the blizzard.
I do have a limited,
The night
desire
is
to
coming.
play this
Why don't you rest here?
at any given time.
I am sure the blizzard
Please
will
do
be
not
gone
draw it
by
out too
morning,
much.
So you can leave for Orkutsk then.
Orkutsk. Especially when we're not making progress.
Yes, wise words, my good woman. Very well, we shall rest here for the night.
I realize any of what we're currently doing right now is technically progress, but I hope you know what I mean. Like, physically going to the next destination. I call that progress. Even though any story-based event like what is currently happening is progress because we have to do it anyway.
Go north from the bottom of the mountain and you will come to Orkutsk.
Orkutsk.
Please be careful on your journey.
By George! Princess! Are you all right? Were you cold in the night?
Forgive me, but I must ask you a favor. If you meet with a man called Marek in Orkutsk, please give this to him.
I should go back to that pond or whatever, the magical water pond of magicalness, so I can talk to the princess again. Just for the sake of talking to her, because she might have interesting things to say, I don't know. We'll do that at the end of this set, unless I forget because I'm an idiot, but sometimes that happens. I apologize, but we'll do it at the end of this set.
He is probably working with herbs like I am.
Herbs?
I would be grateful if you could give him that bag. Spasibo. Thank you.
Spasibo. What language is she speaking? Well, mostly English, but what are these words she seemingly procures?
Right then. Off to Orkutsk. Toodly bye.
Please never say toodly bye again. Imminent people in the comments saying toodly bye a bunch of times. Alright, well, I guess we're not stealing anything from her because it already dumped me out. Where are we on the map? We're right there. Which is literally just down the path, which is where I was going to go anyway. There is that little nook on the left over there, and if I was a betting man, which usually I'm not, but probably this time I will be, I'd say there's probably some treasure down there. So since it's not very large and it's like right here anyway, let's give a quick look over here. I've already seen one thing that looks like a treasure chest over here. Well, there's another one, so there's probably multiple treasure chests over here as we get thrown into battle with a frost Wyvern. Wyvern. Wyvern? I'm gonna go with Wyvern. Wyvern sounds better. Alright, we've made up our mind. It's Frost Wyvern. Is that what I said earlier? Wyvern? That's Wyvern. Yes, okay. I'm gonna just call it whatever the heck I want. How about that? Is that alright with you guys? When we're closer to the end of this game, I really need to finish FF Type 0, and yes, I know Type 0 is built for multiple playthroughs, I'm aware, because the story changes, it adds... She got 2 turns. Story in FF Type 0 gets better the second time, but that's not for now. When I'm closer to the end of this game, I'm gonna put up a video because the next game that I'll be replacing this with is going to be a game where I can name characters. I'll put up a video and ask people who want to be named. Basically, randomly choose. So there's that one. We'll grab that one on the way back. Randomly choose people to name in the series. But that is not here or now. Curious assortment of rocks. Alright, well. Looks like we got at least three treasure chests and a creature over there. An agility ring. I really should fight those creatures like while I'm here, but you know me. We don't do anything in either reasonable or oh, for God dang it. We don't do anything. Let's just full stop statement right there. How about that? No, don't squelch. I really hate how this game has such a weird control scheme than what I'm used to. I'm used to A or X being accept, B or circle being back. Holy silver rapier. And triangle or Y or whatever button that is being open menu. But this game has the freaking Y button as back or cancel or whatever, and B is open menu, and accept, which doesn't make any sense. There's obviously our town. There's probably treasure around it, but let's visit our town. It's got a sweet, like, archway here. I assume it's made of ice, but it's very blue ice.
Well, it seems we've arrived in Orkutsk at
Orkutsk.
last.
That's a great town name.
And that nook grass really is quite marvelous. I wasn't a bit cold, even in all that snow. Now, we can stay outdoors as long as we like. Excellent! Well, I'll be waiting outside the town as usual. In you go.
Okay. Alright. Is this the whole town? Is it just one building? It'd be a bit unusual. It does appear to be just one building. There's an inn, there's the save point, conveniently located. There's a, I'm going to assume a drunkard. Yeah, called it. Alright, well let's do a bit of exploring, shall we? And see what we can steal in the local premises. They don't have any chairs here. This is a no chairs allowed town. I don't know why you would make a dress out of a bracer, but whatever. Armor and weapons. We may as well check because I would imagine. There's a chest back there. I would imagine that the gear at this point is probably much better than what we actually have. I mean, excellent resistance, fire and ice. What spells aren't fire and ice? Oh, there's the tornadoes. What else is there? Is that it? Got fire, ice, and wind. I haven't, I don't recall anything other than fire, ice, and wind. Unless I'm just being an idiot and not remembering anything. Where, like, weapons, armor, do I just keep going this way and this is the weapon shop? No, that's the freaking, that's the bar. Well, where are your weapons, my friend? How do I buy weapons? Oh. Alright, so it has to be night. That's a conveniently placed townsfolk to talk to. Mercenary? Whatever he is, I don't know. Stuff to break. We're not going to go through that door quite yet. I want to continue just looking around, talk to the bard, just because I like talking to him, the minstrel. I need a drink. Don't we all? Well, I guess I have to let this dude come through the door. Hello. Is it really huge? I mean, it doesn't appear to be that big. It appears to basically just be a circle. So far, anyway. I haven't finished quite exploring all of it, but the main area does appear to be mostly a circle. We obviously need to go underground or whatever. We're already in a building, but like downstairs. So that should lead back to the entrance, right? Yeah, there's the drunkard. So let's go down. Well, this is just the inn. Doesn't help me. Let's go down again, except this time in this direction, and see if we can go through that door to get access to stuff behind the counters in the shops. I assume that's how you get there. What? What? I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting like an underground tunnel to get to the shops. Well, what the heck are we doing out here then? Snowman. We're building a snowman. Good enough. I didn't want to talk to her again. I wanted to see if I could interact with this snowman. Can I walk on the water? I can. Is it slippery? It is. Hero's got some really good balance. Look at this, man. Also, this is very slippery ice, but whatever. Woof. Nope. Apparently this dog says chav chav, which maybe that's wolf in a different language. I'm going to assume it's wolf in a different language. So I guess it has to be that pathway at the entrance that has the drunkard and the guard blocking it that allows you to get there. to behind the counters and stuff? Because obviously this isn't how you get there. She is hopped up on some sort of drug. Them eyes, man. Them eyes give it away. I also need to go visit the mini metal princess or whatever. Got anything in here for me? Anything of value, preferably? A piece of chili cheese. Well, I mean, it could be of value. I don't know what it does. It's down here. Probably should talk to those people before I wander around their entire house, but I got priorities, man. A seat of defense is my biggest priority. Why are so many of the cooks like 12 years old? Alright, so it's dangerous around town here. That's good to know. This is a very expansive area down here. Who are you? What are you doing? You didn't help me at all. You did give me a mini medal though, so I'll take that back and give you like a C. Exploring Orkutsk. Orkutsk. So where are the staircases? Complex words of underground passages. Beneath the town is sure to flummox the casual tourists. Right, so, is this the confusing maze of underground tunnels? It would appear to be a confusing maze of underground tunnels. Oh, hello. Why are you wearing such a ridiculous... This is a very good question. Why do they wear that outfit? It's a ridiculous outfit. I agree with that guard. First sensible guard we've encountered all game. There also appears to be a thief back here, which... You people have really lax security. I heard nook grass is quite good, apparently. Oh my word, what are these tunnels? Alright, well, this has a door, so let's investigate it first. It could be a dead end. Or it could go to the inn? Is this the inn? No, it can't be the inn because there's a person down here. Ah, it's behind the counter. This is a slightly confusing maze of tunnels underneath this town. Whoever designed that needs to be fired from tunnel work. What do you have to say? Try asking your husband. Why am I looking for Merrick? Oh yeah, because I was supposed to give that thing to him. That's right, I remember. What is it? Herb garden. Grows herbs in a cave to the northwest. I assume he's in the cave to the northwest then. Inevitably, I'm going to forget that, so hopefully somebody reminds me. Unless I'm forced to go that way, and then eventually I'll remember what the heck I was doing. So this is Merrick's room? I'm going to assume, once again, that he is not here. Otherwise, why tell us he has an herb garden up there? So much crap in my inventory. Apparently he continues cooking his meal all day. He's got one of those continuous soups. Infinite soups. Is that what they were called? I don't know if they were soups or something else, but it was definitely infinite something, so we'll roll with soups. That's probably why it's growing up here. For those of you who don't know, the infinite soup, as I'm calling it, infinite gruel, basically it was just continuously cooking, and you would just keep putting ingredients into it and cook them. So it's an interesting dish, to say the least. You start cooking it, you put all your ingredients in, you eat some, You know, put some more ingredients in, eat some, put some more ingredients in. You basically put whatever you had in it and just let it cook forever. Obviously, eventually, you would have to like chuck out what you had or eat what you had and then make a new batch, but the premium mold, an invaluable ingredient in the creation of cheese with strong healing herbs, and apparently you get that from Yggdrasil leaves, whatever they are. Mold 1 plus mold 2 plus Yggdrasil leaf. What in the dickens? Ooh, bags. It's been so long since we've had to check bags. And of course there's nothing in them. Thanks, game. I appreciate it. Yeah, so this is the last door. Presumably this goes up to the armor shop. Weapon shop is another drunkard, presumably. Oop, barrels. Oop, barrels. Those are the new and upgraded barrels. They contain many metals, apparently. I'm here to steal your stuff. I'm glad I have a magic key that opens everything. An edged boomerang. And it's still day, so he's not selling anything of use for me. Alright, so the only person of importance that I'm aware of that we haven't talked to is, I assume, the mayor who's up here. Is this the right place? Yeah, I've already broke those. I was moderately confused for a second there. It was you. Hello. So I guess this is just a stopping point. There's no major story event here yet, right now. Look at her eyes, though. Look at them. And she's got a smirk, too. Oh my lord, this lady. It's not medicinal herbs she's taking. I guess maybe it technically is medicinal herbs at this point. I believe that's what we are referring to them as now. Weed, if you're curious. Alright, well, I guess our story objective is just to go find Merrick in his cave. That's not actually like an optional objective or anything. No, it's a side thing to do on the way somewhere. It is the thing to do. So, I need to find the inn. And the save, actually mostly just the save location. I freaking went the wrong way for the inn anyway, didn't I? Yep. Alright, well I'm gonna save here. I'm going to briefly, for you anyway, be a little bit longer for me, briefly cut the recording for you, run off and do something real quick, and then I will splice in me when I'm back at the magical lake of magical water magic properties so that we can talk to the princess and see if she has anything of interest to say. Having said all of that rambly nonsense in a very short period of time, I will now say Orkutsk because it's great to say. Also, I'll see you guys in just a second.
I have some good news. I've just turned 18. How about that? I had grass instead of birthday cake, though. I remember the first time you came to the castle. We were just 8 years old. It's hard to believe we've known each other for 10 years now. You were an orphan, so you lived in the castle, and in what seemed like no time, you worked your way up to palace guard. Actually, I have a secret. I recommended you for the position to my father. It was a way to bring you closer to me, so we could spend more time together. And anyway, you deserved it. So, my brave palace guardsman, I'm counting on you to make sure I spend my next birthday as a human. I know you can do it.
Vulcan birthday grass hype. Woo! Alright, anyway. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.